Alright, I'm going to talk about the 3.5 bows that I'll be using for toxic carrying this patch. I'm going to start with the hyper in-game bow once you have an empower and hunter base and all this stuff. So you're going to use alterations until you hit either T1 dot multi or T1 attack speed. And then the goal is to get this mod as the only stat on a rare bow, which means you're going to have to alt it, regal it, and then annul. Hopefully you succeed. If you fail, of course, just go again until you get this. Now you're going to come over here and craft multi-mod to block the third suffix and cannot roll attack mods. And you want to use 2 Leo Exalts here if possible from Betrayal to save Exalted Orbs. If you don't have that or you don't care, just slam 2 Exalt. It'll always roll +1 in chaos.multi. And there's no other mods. And then you need to get rid of your crafted mods and then recraft multi-mod, add in chaos.multi and +2 support. This is the in-game bow that you'll be using pretty much forever. This bow costs 7 exalts, I believe. You have 2 Leo exalts, it costs 9 if you want to just use exalts pure to exalt it. And this is the dream once you drop in a power. Before that, you're going to have a short bow from the Porcupine div card set. And you cannot use fossils to get +2 on this bow because it's too low eye level. So you need to use dread essences. Thankfully, we have these in abundance from harvest on the, essences on the map device in Haywork. And you're going to sit here and click this until you hit a bow that has either attack speed or dot multi on the bottom, which doesn't take too long usually, and ideally it comes already 2 prefix 2 suffix, so you don't have to do any gambling with the nulls. You can just pretend this is like, you know, T2 or something and you're happy about it. You would just, once you hit this with your essences, come over here on the bench, craft cannot roll attack mods for 1 exalt. Use a Leo exalt for this for sure. It's +1 guaranteed. Remove cannot roll attack mods and craft chaos.multi. And this is good enough to do all the content in the game, but ideally you'd eventually be able to move on to a hunter bow if you drop it in power. And then this is the very first bow. This is when you're in like foothills in the axe still, basically. You just want to transmute and just alt this bow until you hit +2, which I think on average is around 50 or so alterations. And then you're just going to 4-link it, or eventually 5-link it. And that's just the bow that you'll use to farm your Porcupine div card set, which you can farm in T2 maps. So you don't need the best bow until you get the Porcupine set. You just use like pretty much just this bow. You just hit alt. You don't really care what you get on the regal or on that. Attack speed, super unethical. That wouldn't actually happen, but hey. That's fine. And then thanks for the changes to what is the mechanic called? Betrayal. If you unveil chaos.multi once, you get T3 instantly, which is really nice. So basically you're just gonna alt for +2, regal it, craft chaos.multi, and you're happy. And those are the 3 bows I actually plan to use. This one is the cursed bow. This is if you have given up all hopes and dreams of acquiring an empower, but you still want to upgrade from your Porcupine bow to a hunter bow. Now, there's a few ways to craft this bow. The best way, like the deterministic way to do it, is to use exalts. Is to force the prefixes, and then prefixes can't be changed, scour it, and then multi-mod it. But that costs like 5 exalts, and if you do that, you're not going to have any exalts to craft the hunter bow when you do drop the empower. So you want to make this bow as cheap as possible on the exalted budget, which involves fossils. The standard corroded jagged metallic combo. It's +2 bow gems, like 1 in every 3 times, and what you're looking for is +2 bow gems with some of these mods on the bottom, either attack speed or dot multi. You don't care about +1 all gems because you're gonna force that whenever you force the hunter mod on. So if you were okay settling for T4 in this scenario, well, I guess it needs +2, doesn't it? Because you cannot force +2 on. You can force +1, you can force chaos.multi. But you click this until you see +2 with useful suffixes on the bottom, which might take a lot in self-found. It's kind of a pain in the ass. That's why I don't plan to make this bow. I'm just gonna use the Porcupine bow until I get into power. Hopefully it's a little more common in this league. This is cursed. Alright. Finally, one we can use the nulls on. And that took like a ton of fossils. That was like 20, right? And 20 corroded is not easy to get in self-found. And then you need to slam a null. If you remove the +1, you don't care. You'll force it back on. but you need to, be able to craft counter attack mods, which you can slam on, and then this will force on the hunter mod, chaos.multi, or chaos damage over time, and then craft chaos.multi. And now you've kind of upgraded from your porcupine bow, but not really by enough to care, so I'm not going to make this bow, but it's an option in case you just think you're never going to find a power, which is likely.